Hello everyone, welcome to BikeWale. I am Prateek and we are at Royal Enfield's manufacturing plant just outside Chennai for the launch of this brand new Royal Enfield Bullet 350. Now the bike that you see here is being called the 2023 Bullet 350. It's based on a brand new platform and we'll tell you about that in detail. Let's just get the pricing and the bookings information right now to you. Well, this particular variant is a top end variant which is priced at 2.15 lakh rupees ex-showroom. There are a total of three variants. This is the top end variant. The entry level variant has been priced at 1.73 and it has two color option. The mid spec variant is at 1.97 lakh rupees ex showroom. Now, the bookings of this motorcycle has already commenced at all Royal Enfield dealerships across the country, and the deliveries will begin from 3rd of September. That clearly means the bike is already reached some of the dealerships, and if you are one of those who have been wanting to buy Bullet 350, you can do that by heading to the nearest showroom and pay a booking fee of just 5,000 rupees. Now, the new Bullet 350 is the fourth motorcycle that has come from the famous GH series platform. And when I say GH series platform, I'm talking about the double downside frame, and inside that you have the new 349cc single cylinder engine. Now, in terms of overall specs, the Bullet 350 shares the same specs as the classic 350. I'm talking about the overall weight is exactly the same at 195 kilos. The seat height of the Bullet is exactly like the classic, which is at 805 mm. Now, if you're one of those who are looking at this video and think that this motorcycle looks exactly like the older Bullet, well, it is supposed to, because everyone loves the Bullet 350 overall aesthetics, overall styling. So Royal Enfield said that, why to fix something that is not broken? So what they decided is, let's just have the same design language, the same design elements, but with a brand new engine, with a brand new setup, with a brand new chassis. Now let's get into details of the overall styling of the new Bullet. Why don't you come closer? Now, if you look at the front, the fascia of the motorcycle, you will see that the overall styling is exactly like the older Bullet. The round shaped headlamp, you have halogen bulbs, you have halogen turn indicators, but one of the most important aspects are these tiger lamps. This is very, it's one of those aspects where a lot of people really fell in love with this motorcycle, because these lamps are flanked around the headlamp unit, and that kind of became a very good character for the motorcycle. Now, if you move to the side, this is a fuel tank that a lot of people have been talking about, primarily because at the time of the launch, we were shown the place where the entire pin strapping were done manually. I mean, it's incredible how they do it to perfection. And when you look at this fuel tank, I mean, it's really good to look at this side of the motorcycle. And the top end variant, I have to tell you, gets the 3D logo of the Royal Enfield. The first two variants don't, and I think one of the reasons it's quite almost 27,000 rupees more expensive is because they have decided to have more equipment on this motorcycle, which again we'll talk about in detail. But in terms of aesthetics, a lot of effort have gone on this motorcycle. Now, another thing that they have done is, which is not seen on the motorcycles, these the toolbox, which is usually seen on the older Bullet. I mean, it has a lot of character. In fact, I've seen a lot of motorcycles, a lot of Bullet, the older Bullet. What they do is, they have the names of the places they have been to, legendary places they have ridden to, or the kind of adventures they have experienced. They tend to have the names. I think that's a nice place to have that kind of information. Now, if you come to the back again, we have those halogen turn indicators. Uh, you should know that this particular motorcycle gets full blacked out theme. So you have full blacked out body. You have the exhaust, which is covered in black paint. Even the wheels, well, it's got the full black option. Even the brake calipers have been dipped in black. The idea behind doing this is, they wanted to give a stealth look to the top end variant. And to be honest, if you're looking at the motorcycle from far or from very close, the Bullet 350 in this paint scheme looks really nice. Now let's talk about the instrument cluster. Well, if you look at it, it looks exactly like the one which you have seen in the older generation. It gets just a speedometer, We've got a small little LCD screen which shows two trips, trip 1, trip 2. There is also an eco indicator, which basically means if you're riding easily, it will show you that you're riding very comfortably, and that means it will the bike will churn out better efficiency. Other than that, in terms of information, you have trip F. This is basically when the motorcycle gets into the reserve mode, it will tell you how many kilometers it has ridden in the reserve mode. You have a clock, and again the odometer, and that's about it. You get the basic information on the new Bullet 350. Now that you have seen the motorcycle in detail, it's time to talk about the overall seating triangle, the overall seating ergonomics of the new Bullet 350. Now, at the start of the video, I mentioned that the overall seat height of the bike is exactly like the Classic, which is at 805 mm. Now that you know the numbers, I'm just going to sit on the motorcycle and show you the overall seating triangle. Well, as you can see, the seating triangle is extremely comfortable. The pegs are slightly front. The handlebar, well, it's raised. It's not as wide, but it's pretty good. Um, During the presentation, they talked about the reason they have this sitting triangle is people love to have that straight back stand so that they can ride in pride. Well, with the new Bullet 350 is exactly the same. Nothing has been changed. Uh, and to be honest, I really like. I'm enjoying being on the saddle as of now. I'm not sure how it will be when you ride when we get the bike in Bombay in a couple of days. In terms of seating comfort, well, it gets one single seat. So overall cushioning as of now, it looks fine. It's wide enough for someone who's as tall as me. But the exact performance we'll know when we ride it. Coming to the pillion, let me just. Sadly, we don't have two riders right now. I'm just going to move back. Even the pillion seat is it's quite comfortable. It's wide. The overall, seating triangle. Even I'm a tall guy, it still looks fine. Even if you're on the shorter side, I'm sure you'll be far more comfortable sitting on the back, at least when the bike is not moving. We will do a extremely detailed test about the overall comfort with pillion again when you do a proper road test back in Mumbai. Now the engine that you see on this bike, on the new Bullet 350, well, it's exactly the same engine that we have seen on the Meteor 350, then the Classic 350, and then the Hunter 350. This is the fourth motorcycle that gets this 349cc single-cylinder air-cooled motor. Now in terms of performance, well, the power figure stands at 20.2 bhp at 6,100 rpm and a maximum torque of 27 Newton meters at 4,000 rpm. Now, well, we have not ridden this bike yet. Obviously, we have at the launch, but we have ridden the other bikes in the past. I personally loved this engine. In fact, a lot of people in my team are a big fan of the engine purely because the NVH is controlled, it's refined, and more importantly, the overall tractability, especially in the low revs. I mean, you can do easily about 40-45 km per hour in fourth gear. And this engine, well, I used to have the Meteor long termer. I had it for 6 months, and I simply fell in love with it purely because I do a lot of city riding, and the low end of the bike of this engine is really, really good. Uh, but like I mean, we have not ridden this motorcycle yet, so we'll know about that very soon when we ride the bike in a few days back in Mumbai. I know a lot of you guys are wondering, ये exhaust sound वाला clip कभी आएगा? It's gonna come to you right now. Let me just start the motorcycle for you. Well, it doesn't really have that duk 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 sound like the older Bullet. Well, but it still sounds really amazing, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy listening to the sound of the new Bullet 350. Now let's conclude this video by saying a couple of things. Firstly, this is the fourth motorcycle in the 350cc lineup with Royal Enfield. The first motorcycle is obviously the Hunter 350, which is priced at 1.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom. The Bullet 350 is the second most affordable model in the 350 lineup, and this has been priced at 1.73. The third affordable variant is the Royal Enfield Classic 350, and that has been priced at 1.93. And the most expensive is the Royal Enfield Meteor 350, and that has a price tag of about 2.05 lakh rupees. Now, there are four different motorcycles. Which one you should buy? Well, to be honest, you will buy the Bullet 350 purely because you know what this brand is all about. You know the history of this motorcycle, and you are one of those people who like the old school design, who likes that commanding sitting position, who loves to go on city as well as long rides. Obviously, we have not ridden this bike yet. We will do that in just a day or two. That is when we'll tell you the exact how the overall riding dynamics, the comfort and the performance of this bike. But as of now, at 2.15 lakh rupees ex showroom for this top end variant. By the way, this is the only variant which has dual channel ABS. The first two variants, they just come with single channel ABS, and but they also come with disc at the back. But this is the only variant that gets dual channel ABS. Now, uh, let us know what you think about this motorcycle. Let us also know what you think about this video. If you need any more information, there is definitely, you can go to the BikeWale website and head to the Bullet 350 page, where you will get the exact on-road price with insurance and RTO costs in your city. Along with, you will be able to see the entire lineup of all 5 paint schemes. So as of now, that's all we have for you in this video. Do like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to BikeWale. And thank you so much for watching.